Hey everybody, Jancy.
Denise Richards and the lovely, loyal Lulu.
Loyal, licking, loving Lulu.
Yeah, she
Great to be back with you guys again. It is a wonderful day here in sunny Southwest Florida.
It is. All Things Home being brought to you live.
Are we live? Well, we're not really live, but...
Well, we are live right this second.
We are so live right this second.
and
you are too.
We never do a second take, so...
Never do a second take.
Nope.
Twice, but once we do.
Well,
hey,
we won't talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that. Listen, here's what we are going to talk about, though, today. We are going to talk about October 19th, which today is when we're putting out this video. It's a wonderful fall day. We love it here in Southwest Florida. We're having a beautiful week of weather, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous. This is why we live here.
Yeah. Feel bad for those of you who don't. Just talked with a young guy today who moved down here, him and his business. He just moved from Canada, full-time down here. Canada, Toronto, he said. I said, why'd you move down here? Number one answer on the board, weather.
That's right. He didn't do it for healthcare.
Smart guy.
Sorry. That was
Went there, didn't you, Denise? All right, so listen, great day here in Southwest Florida. We are so glad you're with us here for the next few minutes. We want to, first of all, talk about what today is, because there's always a national holiday on whatever day we do the video. Today being the 19th, let's take a look at the board. Haven't looked at these yet, so it'll be a lot of fun.
All right.
National Get to Know Your Customers Day. Hey,
how you doing?
How you doing, customers? Because you are our customers. You know how we know that? Because you watch these videos. Just post below.
Yeah.
Post something below.
What would make you feel appreciated today?
What would do that?
You should say it out loud. Put it down on paper.
Shout out to you, maybe.
Yeah.
Also, a National Kentucky Day, like the state of Kentucky.
All the states have to have their day, and Kentucky's day is today.
Today. And my daughter's there. I should tell her. She's in Louisville.
It is her day then.
It's your day, Kaylin.
Oh
Kentucky
my gosh.
is your day. Congratulations to you.
Day.
And Seafood Bisque Day. Now, I do like seafood bisque.
Yeah, it's good
You
stuff.
like seafood bisque?
I do. The little sherry and cream, it's delicious.
It is delicious.
It's a good thing to have as a national day, seafood bisque.
It really is a good thing. I like that. I don't have a problem with food on these holidays. It's a great day for that.
It's a great day.
If you didn't watch last week's episode, they probably should.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh, it's so good.
Before you do that, though, hit the like button. Just throwing that in there real quick.
Like and subscribe.
Hit those. And fall real estate market cooling. We talked about that on last week's episode. Since we're in the fall, I want you to watch that video if you haven't done so yet. We talk about the fall real estate market. We didn't get much into the mortgage rates because that's actually our topic for today, a little bit there. But if you would like to know what the market's doing around the world, well, we didn't talk about the world. We just talked about the U.S. last time. Fall market. Take a look at that video. It's a really good one. Probably my favorite. Love Lulu's dress today. Before we get past that, what's on that dress, by the way?
Dachshunds.
Adorable. Zoom in on that Dachshunds and take a look at that. That is so much fun.
Oh my
Lulu.
goodness, a beautiful dress that's handmade for her. And it's Dachshunds because her boyfriend's a Dachshund.
Lulu's got a boyfriend?
He's a wiener dog.
This is the first I've heard of this.
Well, she's getting older now, John.
She is getting older. She's
Right?
at that time in life where she needs a boyfriend.
She
Hey,
is.
on to bigger, better things. Let's talk about today. So this article came across my desk. The CEO of another real estate company who will remain nameless because I don't work for them and they don't work for me, but they're a nice company. This gentleman says 7% mortgage rates are on par with rates historically, even if they did rise rapidly, which they did.
They did.
Talk about how fast those rates rose over the last, 14, 16 months?
Yeah.
How fast was that?
I mean, they doubled. They literally doubled.
They doubled. People were getting rates in the 2s and the 3s.
Yeah. People that got pre-approved for a home to be built that didn't lock in, they were no longer qualified to buy the house. I mean, it really got pretty ugly. But the reality is that 7% mortgage rates, they are on par with historical rates. So we can complain about it all we want to. But the reality is it's a pretty healthy interest rate.
It really is.
For where we have been in the big grand scheme of things.
So a huge move up in rates. I don't think it would have been quite as painful and quite as noticeable, I guess maybe is the right word, if it would have been a stretch over the course of like 4 or 5 years that the rates went from 3 or 4% up to 7%, right?
Agreed. And that's the norm. Yep, that's the norm. The other thing that played into this was home values went up. So between increasing interest rates and home values going up, it became very difficult for a lot of people to buy a house.
See how I'm doing that? That's both. The rates and the price.
I'm one-armed.
Twice
but yeah,
as hard.
Like what he's doing,
move them up.
exactly.
Yeah. And difficult to buy. When both those go up, it priced a lot of people out of the market. So now here we are around the 7% mark. You mentioned a little bit ago that you've actually helped some people get some rates in the 6s. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually did. I just closed a mortgage 6.125, costing very little. And when I tell you #brokers are better, there's no doubt in my mind because I've seen all the rest of it.
She's seen it. Denise has seen behind the curtain, guys. That's pretty interesting. So rates on par. I was going to ask it with historical, back to the article, okay? Instead of us just talking about whatever the heck we want to. Back to the article. So 7% mortgage rates on par with historical rates. The first, believe it or not, the first loan Angie and I ever got, we were at 7.5%. I didn't think twice about it. It didn't matter. Like, we needed a house. We could afford the monthly payments, which were great. And so we made the purchase. 7.5% didn't matter whether it was 7.25%, 7.75%. 7. It was in the 7s. And we didn't think twice about it. And we didn't for years because our next house was still in that ballpark and, whatever.
Rates just got so ridiculously low. And look at the state of our economy right now as part of that.
We're paying back.
We're paying back. Wells Fargo, Fannie Mae, and Mortgage Bankers Association, they anticipate the interest rates to be anywhere between 5% and 6% by the end of the fourth quarter next year.
Look at that.
So it's all coming around.
It'll come around. And I also read, and part of this article too talks a little bit about that too, rates staying around this number probably for the rest of the year. But next year, the rates coming back down, as you just mentioned, back down easily into the 5s and 6s, most likely in next year, even towards the end of next year. So that's positive news for people who maybe can't afford something right now because of just the interest rate. Maybe next week we'll talk about prices, but this week, interest rates. Any other thoughts on that?
They just make a big impact when you're trying to buy a house.
They do.
They were, I have a chart here going back to 1975. And from 1975 until 1998, rates were all above 6.99%. We did not see 6% interest rate until 1998.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so we're very upset about the 7%, 7.5% interest rate that those other lenders are giving you.
Exactly, but not you, but not the good lenders.
No.
Yeah, and it keeps people out of the housing purchase. So if you have been just outside the boundaries of being able to make your purchase because rates are above maybe 7 or 7.5, or you may even be seeing 8%. Reach out to Denise. Let her check that for you and see what else is available out there. There's also the buy down program. There's a few things that Denise has up her sleeves.
I got some tricks.
She got some tricks so she can take care of you. All right. Since this episode is wonderful, we're going to stop there with our portion of market news and local connections. We're going to connect you with Denise. Denise is going to take care of you on all your mortgage rates, and she will get you locked in, rocking and rolling on everything. She even helps you lock in rates for new construction.
I do VA construction. I do all of it. It's amazing. I've got access to absolutely every product now in existence. It's amazing.
Have a great week.
You too.